UPSC Civil Services results for the exams conducted in 2022. The results are now out. The civil services exams are one of the toughest in the country, and this time women have bagged the top 4 ranks in the civil services examination. And 933 candidates have qualified the civil services examination, and the top 25 candidates comprise 14 women and 11 men. This is in fact the second year in a row when women candidates got the top 3 ranks in this prestigious exam. The Delhi University graduate Ishita Kishore has secured the first spot in her 3rd attempt. Listen in to what she said after the results.
आई थिंक मतलब आप इतनी बड़ी जर्नी, इतना बड़ा डिसीजन ले रहे हैं कि सिविल सर्विसेज करना है तो सिंसियरिटी के साथ रहें, सिंसियर रहें, डिसिप्लिन तो बहुत ज़रूरी है. ये कुछ चीज़ें हैं जिनके बिना आप नहीं कर सकते, चाहे आप कितने भी इंटेलिजेंट हो. यू हैव टू पुट इन द आवर्स एंड यू हैव टू पुट इन द वर्क. I think infinite support tha, they were just giving, and even though I did not clear prelims twice, the kind of belief they had in me and the way they pushed me and the way they made everything easy for me, I will be obliged to them. Since मैं श्री राम कॉलेज ऑफ कॉमर्स से थी, वहाँ पे बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ थी प्लेसमेंट के लिए, तो मुझे लगा कि अब taking a first-hand decision about which kind of job I want to do for the next 3 to 4 decades is going to be very important. And corporate sector gave me a lot of opportunities, and the kind of learning and professionalism I inculcated over there helped me in my civil services preparation also. But ultimately, I felt that my passion lies in the public service. I want to contribute towards the governance and development.
And we have some of the toppers this time joining us on the broadcast. We have Wasim Ahmed Bhatt, who's a rank 7, and we also have Kanika Goyal, who's rank 9. Well, first of all, congratulations to both of you, Wasim and Kanika, for being one of the toppers of the UPSC Civil Services exams this time. And Kanika, if I can first come to you, did this come to you as a surprise, or were you expecting these results? Tell us something about your journey.
Since 10 years, so it was a childhood dream actually. I wanted to be an IAS officer. Though the result actually came as a surprise to me, I was कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा लग रहा था. I was expecting that list में भी नाम ना आए. But now rank 9. It will take time to digest it actually, but it has come as a surprise. I was not expecting it at all.
Right. And what about you, Wasim? Are you satisfied with your rank, or did you want to rank higher up than this?
Firstly, ma'am, I want to thank you for having me. It's such an honor to speak here. And secondly, I think in this exam, nobody can actually think that they'll be getting AR1 or AR10 or whatever. So getting AR7 was a big thing. When I saw today, I was like, oh my God, is that even real? And I checked my roll number again and again. So there's a feeling of joy, and there's also a feeling of relief that you are out of the exam cycle, which is a big thing in UPSC. So I think, yeah, I'm grateful for all those people who helped me during this preparation.
Which attempt was this for you?
For me, it was 3rd attempt.
Right. So, Kanika, if I can come to you on what your journey was like. Was this the first time you were taking the exam? What went in to be one of the top 10 in UPSC this time?
This time I actually couldn't comprehend my journey because it started abruptly. So I appeared for an interview last year as well, and my interview was actually on the last date, 26th of May, and result came out on 30th of May, and then I went for prelims on 5th of June. Fortunately, I qualified it, and then I was preparing for mains, so I didn't actually feel, but then I had a tally of marks. So my marks last year and the marks I am actually looking forward for, and how much effort I should be putting in, or how much value addition should be going in. And then after September, it started for the mode started for interview preparation. And after the interview on 19th of April, I'd been preparing for prelims, though I actually couldn't concentrate on preparing for prelims. But then this journey actually tells you prepare for everything, and because it continues to be unpredictable.
Right. And Wasim, what were the challenges that you encountered while preparing for the UPSC exams? Of course, at this age, a lot of us think that there's so much that our friends are going out, partying or working at corporate jobs, but it's really hard to really give some years of your life, dedicate them to studying for this exam. So what were the challenges that you encountered?
Yeah, ma'am, surely it's really hard to actually do this kind of preparation, because I think in our whole lives, whether we prepare for some exam or anything in our lives, it's not as rigorous as UPSC, obviously. So in UPSC, you have to put in that extra effort, and for that, you require passion. So I would say personally, for example, I found friends within UPSC community, so that was also a big thing because they were also preparing for the same exam. So whatever we would do, sometimes we would do it together, we would watch something together or something like that. So that thing helps if you have friends who are in the same thing as you, who understand what you are doing, and also who are very supportive of you, who are positive. So those kind of friends have helped me, and I think they have helped most of the people in this exam.
Right. And Kanika, what would your sort of tips be for people who might be taking the exam next year now that you're one of the toppers?
I say to them that you have been doing your best into the preparation. Continue that effort, that determination, that perseverance, and that will surely shine itself in its better. So continue working hard, continue thinking about UPSC, and yes, you are going to make it to the IAS or whichever service you would like to. Just continue the hard work, just continue to be dedicated to it. Because no one is less, no one is more. It's actually the effort that we put in which matters.
Right. So as cliche as it might sound, but consistency is the key. And Wasim, if I can, while we talk about your journey and the challenges that you encountered, if you could tell us some things that you had to give up to prepare for the UPSC exams and the things that you would now be just wanting to go back to.
I think the first thing that came to my mind when you asked the question was procrastination. Just like I want to do this tomorrow, but there's no such option in UPSC. If you have to do it today, you have to do it today, and you have to write questions. You have to write questions. But maybe that would be one thing. I sometimes want to be lazy. I just want to like lie on my bed and just be there, be bored. But that was not an option during UPSC. It's really difficult. You have to plan every single hour or minute or weekly schedules you have to have. So I think that would be one thing that I would like to have.
Well, I don't think you will get the option to be lazy even after you become a civil services officer. So I think you've chosen a very tough life ahead for you. And Kanika, if I can get the same question back to you, what are the things that you had to give up for this journey and the things that you would now want to go back to?
I think I had given up on everything. So I like to connect with my friends with whom I haven't actually connected for say 3 years. I like to play with my little cousins with whom I actually gave up. I didn't actually connect with them as much as I wanted to. Would like to actually contribute them to make them a better. And a lot of things I like to learn, a lot of languages. A lot of things that are there in my kitchen. Learn a lot of skills.
So you prepared for the exams for around 3 years, is it?
Yes. Pardon me.
You prepared for the exams for around 3 years.
Yes. So I started my preparation in 2019 in my third year in college.
Right.
And then in 2020 I dedicatedly started.
Right. So now you want to go back to your friends and be with your relatives. Of course, it would be hard to go back and be with them. Now, Wasim, how many years did it take for you to crack the exam and be one of the toppers? When did you start your preparation?
Ma'am, the proper preparation I started in 2019 and in my first attempt CSE 2020, I already got AIR 225, based on which I was allocated Indian Revenue Service. So I am currently undergoing that training here at NDTV Nagpur. So that was my first attempt. Then this was actually my third attempt because in the second attempt I didn't study after the results. So I couldn't do it. So yeah.
Well, so the third time was the charm for you. My last question to you, why do you really want to become a civil services officer? Why did you choose this path?
I think for me personally, one thing that civil services has a lot of potential in doing is the developmental work. Be that education and health sector or scaling. And currently, if you look at the world scenario, to become a superpower or to become a developed country,
right,
you have to have those three things. And that's what a civil servant is needed to do. And in my limited capacity, I would also like to add on to that and contribute to the nation building.
Right. Well, Wasim and Kanika, thanks very much for joining us. We hope you have a great future ahead as civil services officers, and congratulations to you again for becoming one of the toppers. Thanks very much for joining us.